Gladius, I return after a week, both on the channel and in, my own recording time, so I don't entirely know what's going on here. I can see I have sent some boys down to explore, and they've run into some chaos cultists. Looks like these guys have already taken their turn. Oh yeah, I guess I remember the last recording ended with there being some hoopla around one of the dogs. If you did not read the comment section on that video, it's fine. No, there was nothing. I think it was somebody, one of the dogs was just freaking out about the usage of a microwave or blend. Old-fashioned dogs. I've got these two fire warriors and Vespids here. I probably want to send down to see if support guys fighting the chaos cult that could turn sideways. Oh, well, I forget what barbarians are out there in the wilds, so who knows what I could end up waking up by going a little far out east. Unless I suppose I could leave. I could leave these Vespids here to help that Tau unit that I just absentmindedly put there because I didn't even notice I was commanding Tau unit. Fire Warriors, I thought I was commanding Vespid. Why did I think that? The world. I will choose not to attack the Chaos Cultists because I don't want to get their aggression. There we go, those gun drones fill their purpose, which is die. I was apparently building a piranha. Okay. Good to see. And the great thing is, if you're watching all this stuff in sequence, then it must seem ridiculous that I just ordered the piranha, and then I'm amazed by the presentation of a piranha. But here we are. Now let's see here. You're looking at 2 fire warriors. You probably want one of these fire warriors simply take this shot. Yeah. And then leave the remaining fire warriors on Overwatch. Because I don't really prioritize the Eldar Webway Gate as them. Oh boy, Cruit Hounds. Good thing I didn't get tied up in that Chaos Cult fight, because this suck fight. I gotta be careful here because the Neophyte hybrids, the Gene Stealer cultists, I'll just call them that. They do have that Overwatch thing around. They'll be very aggressive with it. I don't want to start a fight with the enough to let the Fire Warriors try and do what damage they. I'll go ahead and use the marker light. Damage reduction. There we go, that should have known. Nice that I remembered that from last time. The marker light gets rid of cover save. That is a big benefit for them. Oh, and just like that, I can get rid of them with the city as well. If I overcharge the city's weapons, it actually makes it do less damage. Oh, the city also has a Vespid city. Good. I remember the game I actually won as the Tau. I had a Vespid sitting in one of my cities from the beginning of the game to the very end. And that one was kind of an awkward one. That game got very hairy, very. I got overrun by orcs at one point and had to defend from within the city, but I did pull it out. Like the session I was not able to record properly because Gladius is actually a pain in the ass to record, where I got wrecked by orcs playing as the Tau. Oh, there's more Cruit Hounds, of course. Where there's one, there's 30. I can deal with it, though. Navigate around the Neophyte hybrids. And the cultists don't decide to move. Okay. That gives them, the rest of my units time to catch it. And just like that, I can wreck these Cruit Hounds. There we go. There goes those Cruit Hounds. Clearing out the barbarians very slowly here. Claim some extra. Best bit I'll go ahead and have move forward. I'll be daring. Okay, we got coastline. That's what I was expecting. Continue to take down this webway gate just to open up the real estate, make it easier through this area, as well as just in case I'm playing against Tau. Excuse me, Eldar. I believe I have the setting in place where there should be no duplicate. Only 4. So I won't be playing again. I will tell all these fire warriors to skip a turn in case the Chaos Cult. And our city of Hoyor. That is just such an awkward name to pronounce. This city, I will... How close are we to... We have got the Brocuranum found. I don't know if that's necessarily the right choice to make right now, but I'm going to make it anyways because I do find these really helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and... There's rocks. Mineral foundries all along. I could definitely... I think I'm going to hold off on unit production for just a little. Which is rarely a smart choice in this game. You generally want to always be producing units just because you're going to be running up against the AI and you don't want the AI to outnumber too badly. But for now, I prefer to invest a little. I will choose to build Darvesa Crisis. And after that, probably the Hammerhead gun. Because the Crisis Center is really good. It's where the Tau get their Titans. And the Hammerhead is just a very solid tank that once you get vehicle production really online. And be a mainline unit. I'm gonna have to slowly push ahead here. Well, I don't... Well, Chaos Cultists don't do very much damage with their shots. But I'd still prefer to get them surrounded a little bit. Probably start pushing ahead with trying to... And there goes the Eldar Webway Gate. Oh, good. I need to play Eldar. I think I said that last time. Say it again. But I don't know how to play Eldar. And I feel like that's a pretty big point. Plus, a lot of the DLC races in the game are just... The Tau, who I'm playing right now, are a DLC race. Again, I guess the core 4 are also pretty... Gladius seems like a really great 4X game. But then, I'm not an expert. I think I said that at the start of the first session. I don't really play these games a whole lot, as much as I probably should, outside of Civilization. There is a Castellan. I don't have the ability to put out enough anti-vehicle damage. That is unfortunate. That means that's probably going to be the stop of our little push to the south along the land bridge, if I can. These need... I'm going to have to push ahead with killing them at some point, but I'm locked in on both sides here by Castellans. Not a terrible situation to be. It also means the AI is going to have... The other civs are going to have a hard time getting to me. But I'm probably going to wipe out the neophytes. So I can claim some here if I can get the pearl. I will have the Vespids take the dive in. They take a little bit less damage. They have more health. So they can take the damage. Plus they're being protected. Not that bad. The Piranha... How much damage would the Piranha do to the Castellan? Not nearly as much as I want. Good to know. Also wouldn't do a lot of damage to the... I'll have it scout off in that. Find the remaining Recruit Hound. How many units can I move in place to fight these? I don't want to move too many far away from the Chaos Cult. Ellen, just in case they want. fire warriors I have standing there. Doesn't seem like it's going to be dead. Now, if I move the fire warriors here, they can go ahead and marker light on the neophyte hybrids. That in place, yeah, the Vespids can do quite a bit of damage to it. See. Oh, who have I got left to... Yeah, I'm going to tell both the fire warriors to hold their fire until something gets closer. Yep, there we go. Good thing I did that. And that Chaos Cultist unit just gets deleted. Nice. Yeah, not an impressive showing from the Genestealer Cultist. Curious, though, if they want to introduce a Genestealer Cult army into this game at some point, though. That would be very cool. And the Mechanicus are here. I was about to compare the Mechanicus as like a minor faction. But then it occurred to me, oh, I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to it since like 5th edition. That was back when I was pretty well a kid. Not pretty well, I was a kid. So, I'm not really sure if the Mechanicus are like a minor faction. They sound pretty important to the Lord. I guess they were always important. Now they got a faction where it didn't. Now they got a playable army list where it didn't really. Oh boy. Oh, 2 Castellans. Alright, well, good thing I threw the Piranha in, I suppose. It's replaceable. Plus, it can pull out quickly. Yeah, then let's go ahead and pull the Piranha out here. I think, yeah, I'm just going to have to sit here and chill out for... I might be able to get through up here in the northeast. But right now, both the main eastern and southern passages are just not passable. Though the Piranha, actually, come to think of it, can go over the ocean. So once the Piranha is healed, I can actually go ahead and scout in that direction. So, good to keep that in mind. Vespids, I will have... push ahead to deal with these Chaos Warriors. Get all my units grouped for a little bit. Well, these Fire Warriors are done healing now. Now let's see. Who would be the best used marker light? They would do 4.6 damage, and these guys would do 4.6 damage. Okay, it doesn't matter. One of them used marker light. And then we mince them. Excellent. Ooh, not a lot of damage from the Vespids there, but I suppose the Vespids aren't really supposed to be crowd killer. Going to need to move in the last unit of Vespids healing just to finish them off. There we go. One less barbarian unit to have to worry about. Oh boy. You can have this land. No, it's fine. It's yours. We're not going to impress ourselves upon it. No. Help yourself. We're good. We're good. We're chill. Funny, these guys are such a threat to anyone except Mechanicus. Mechanicus is like, oh, sweet, free X and free borderline in-game unit. Take it. Oh boy. If the Castellan keeps pushing on ahead, I might pull it back to Hoyor, because Hoyor can actually do some damage. I'll go ahead and have these gun drones do some damage to it. Because I feel like it. It's funny. Not a lot of damage, but hey. Gonna need the Piranha here to heal. Excellent. What else needs one? This guy. Back a little bit. There we go. And there goes those gun drones. Knew they wouldn't be able to stand up to much. I'll put out an extra unit of gun drones. It's a waste. I love wasting. Probably should have moved the gun drones elsewhere so they could Overwatch. That wasn't that much Overwatch damage, considering what the Castellan could normally do. Meanwhile, these Fire Warriors, I'll have to move back and get healed. Yeah, we're going to need to do a lot of healing. Big healing circle around. Leave a lot of guys on in force? No, what's it? Hold position. But it's on the E key, which makes me think enforce. There's E for enforce. Get it? You know, I hate old school strategy games that have hotkeys that are built for what's the first letter of the command. Right? Instead of being built around WASD, which is what hotkeys should be built around. Yeah, the Castellan is absolutely pushing in on our territory. That's rough. Yeah, the Fire Warriors, we're going to want them to hide in the city here. We're going to put down another gun drone just so get somebody to soak a little bit of damage. Continue to get the attention of the Castellan and get back to this. We're going to have the Fire Warriors hide, though. Pretty well one shot. City of Hoyor, we have built our second Brachioranum foundry. Which means I can now build just about everything fast. Good. Because it is a duplicate of a pre-existing building, though, that's bad. But it will be a significantly beneficial long-term investment. That's good. I may have been wasting time and resources that should have been spent on building more units. That's bad. I go now. Alright, there we go. Someone out there maybe thought that was funny. Still haven't built a hero build. Probably something I should get around to at some point. Now that I can expand out 2 tiles, I also probably want to expand out and take in relay pipeline as well. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. That's going to be a big benefit. Energy production. It's not really the unit I wanted to be taking the majority of the city fire, but I guess it does work out better. Excellent, we have a crisis center. Gonna have to try and do as much damage to the data smith early on as possible, I suppose. While the rest of my army... Hell, I could send in a gun drone to finish off the data smith. Either which way, I think he's going to be taking Overwatch damage from the Castellan back there. Probably going to be taking Overwatch from both Castellans, actually. Yeah, no, I forgot that the one Castellan... Oh, okay, that Castellan doesn't have Overwatch. That data smith is probably going to be running away. Gonna need to set a lot of units to position, yeah. And I will grab just the one more tile again, so I get the energy production. After that, I'm not sure what I'll work on next. Another Brachioranum foundry does sound good. But I could probably also stand to build the Crisis. And I'll also research the Hammerhead. What's drone control? Oh, right, it's one of those add-ons for me. And there goes the gun drone. He served me well. Okay, let's see. Do I have the stupidity to go for this? Of course I do. Goodbye, Datasmith. Good, good, good. Anyone got gun drones left that they can use to try and distract felon? Let's get it out there. Gotta keep them aggressive. We've lost one, but whatever, I can kill the other one. There we go. These units for now, because I don't want them to actually do it. difficult. And my energy production has gone up by 2 just by absorbing the relay. Relay pipes. Yeah. A loyalty building would be quite nice, and it would take 3. It would cost quite a bit of power. Do I have any tiles that aren't putting out any good output? Loyalty buildings I don't like to put on tiles that are really... Savannah out here. After that, I'll put a loyalty building on it. That should increase most of my output. And then after that, I might look into a second. I'll probably have to look into a second power building after that, and then a second Proctron. The Fire Warriors might be somewhat covered by the city here. Gives them a... I can try and do a little bit of damage to the Castellan, though I imagine the Castellan is somewhat healing faster than we... Damage. Does have range damage reduction. Marker Light should get rid of that, but it won't get rid of the feel no pain damage. However, I can probably do a fair bit of damage. So, let's... I don't want to move right next to it. Crack us up. But I will nonetheless... Let's see. What happens if I put the Marker Light on the Castellan? Go, and that's still not as much damage as I would like. What is the damage on the Fusion Blaster? This might be able to do substantial now. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, sure. Probably would have been better off just having the Fire Warrior attack on its own. Probably... It is a slow work, but it is working. Like a loyalty building. Gonna need a food building soon. Kind of putting out fires before you just make more money than you know what to do with. Turn. And there's the damage amount that I was expecting to see. Guys pull back. I have a couple Fire Warriors I'd like to have out here. But I'll go ahead and deploy some gun drones. Put them right here. So they can take the majority of damage coming in. Now, I'm very tempted to, yeah, just surround the Ellen with Vespids and everything else. Not a lot I can surround it with, but Marker Light can help some. Well, these guys have already used a turn, so I will go ahead and have this Fire Warrior use the Marker Light. There we go, that should help somewhat. Now we can pour on the heat a little bit more. Yeah, Tau size force of this size might be able to do some work against the Castellan, though it helps that we've got the city right there. It allows us to go back in our womb. It's the combination of Marker Light and the gun drone. Gun drones can take so many shots. Yep, anti-focuses down the gun drone. That's the great thing about having gun drones. Now there's the second Castellan there, so we're going to want to pull back a little bit. Let's see, does anyone have a gun drone left? These guys do not. These guys, however, might. Oops. I'm clicking on the wrong button. There we go. These guys do not have a gun drone. Okay, we've burnt through our gun drones. We don't want the Vespids to take too much. I might be able to pour on quite a bit of damage using some Fire Warriors, but now that both the Castellans are here, that's taking a big risk. With that said, the Fire Warriors are definitely replaceable. The issue I don't have more Fire Warriors simply because I don't have the food income that I'd be comfortable with. These guys might actually take the overwatch from the second Castellan. Oh, okay. Now, in that case, we can go ahead and put on the marker light again. We're on the heat once. See where the damage ends up sitting at. City of Hoyor, yeah, still producing. Yeah, we're doing quite a bit of damage to the Castellan. That's nice to see. Like I said, easier to do it when you've got a city to fall back on, so you don't have to worry that much about losing units. And on top of that, like I said, I can replace the Fire Warriors. I'd like to have more. I just need food before. Not in a good food. These Fire Warriors, I'll go ahead and have hide in this. Protect them for a bit. Now, two of these units are going to get hurt big time. I'm going to have to pull them back. But the Piranha can probably finish off this Castellan by itself. Even if this Castellan runs. Which it's going to do. The sudden appearance of some Croup Hounds complicates things, but I can live. Now, I don't want to push my luck here. I'd like to... Do I have anyone who's got their gun drones back? No. Let's see. Yeah, I'll make a daring move here just to make sure I can finish off Castellan. Ooh, it did have Overwatch. I don't know what's been up with the Castellan's Overwatch. They haven't been using it a lot lately, but then they get it back some. Yeah, I definitely want to be a bit careful. Is there anywhere I can get these Fire Warriors where they'll be able to use Marker Light? It doesn't look like that's the case. I can get some Vespids in. That's risking the Vespids, but I'm willing to do it to take out a... And it's a good thing I moved the Piranha first, since it won't take damage from loot. It won't take a damage debuff from being damaged. It won't lose models within the unit getting damaged. Rest of the army, I'm going to leave these Fire Warriors here so they can... it doesn't matter. I want to leave the Fire Warriors here to take some shots from the Castellan, but it doesn't matter. The AI in Gladius is smart enough to know that they should aim for weakened units to finish, rather than let... So, the Castellan is going to just shoot at the Piranha, maybe the Vespids. Vespids are also a pretty soft target, but they won't hit any of these Fire Warriors. They just simply... These Fire Warriors out. I'll move Fire Warriors in the city. Official. In the city, there are still a Vespid and 2 Fire Warriors healing. Last unit, give it Fire Warriors, which I'll have sitting out here just in case, so it can overwatch anything. Those are Croup Hounds out there, though, which don't pop Overwatch. I will go ahead and build an energy building, just because I'm suffering for energy right now. I'm going to have to soon expand out in this direction again. Food always seems like the hardest resource to come. There's these grassland tiles that do benefit food, but they seem so rare. Like, I think it's just kind of part of the Warhammer 40,000, you know, grimdark thing. But the game seems naturally built to spawn very little grassland. More often than not, it's a lot of desert, it's a lot of volcanic, a lot of city. Fair bit of Savannah, and Savannah's not. Savannah's pretty well the middle of the line in every one. Shockingly enough, the Croup Hounds did not manifest 50 more units out of space and time to kill this Piranha. First time that's happened for me. That Piranha is very, very close to dead, though. I don't believe vehicles can hide in city. I'm going to have to surround it with Fire Warriors. Just to be that nothing sneaks up here. Vespids are also going to be lots. They can live with it. They can hide in the city. Or in the turn. Yeah, they're going to take some shit. They can live, though. They can heal. That's good that I got the one Castellan dealt with. Now that I've got the Hammerhead researched, I can't go ahead and tell Hoyor to build Hammerhead. That's a good vehicle to go ahead and... It's going to cost me a pretty penny, but it is. Okay, we've got good energy income, we've got plus 10 loyalty, so that's plus 10 income of every resource ever, plus 10% faster production. Also want the crisis... Hold off on that. I do want more minerals and more food. Hard to turn those down. Production of either of those will let me maintain more. I will go ahead and expand out to this tile for more. I'm gonna have all my units just the other unit. Here at tier 6, we want to get up to tier 10 of resources so that we can get tech. That is the most get us the tech. That is the one that once you get it, you can pretty well build as many. Which I feel like I should get to work on a second city at some point soon. But I generally dislike opening up new cities while the previous cities are still having a bit of... Seeker missiles are not bad. Pretty well just a one-use... Well, not one-use. It's a long-range attack ability that any of your tanks can use. That's not bad. Stealth suits are also pretty serves. Rock Huron assembly. Armor penetration of burst and rail weapons. I'm not using a lot of either. But I will be using a lot of rail weapons when I get the sensor spines. The vehicles can move through forests and cities. That isn't bad either. Skyray, I remember being kind of an odd one. It's an anti-air vehicle, though, and flying units can be a pain if you aren't prepared for them. So... I'm going to take the boring options here, though, of these two techs that just simply improve units I already get. So pretty well guaranteed returns without having to invest any further resources. Okay, and Oeor here, still working on a Hammerhead. That Hammerhead will be a lot of help to taking down that remaining Castellan. We're looking good ways. We're actually not bad off on population count. I can put in this food build. That should be some help. I will end the turn. I probably want to get around to building the remaining buildings that I haven't got in the city, just to increase loyalty. I will do that in probably a little bit just after this. There we go. The food building is up and ready. Now, let's see. What buildings have I not got here? I've not got a mineral harvesting. I do not have a influence building, which I want to hold off on building one of them. Get closer to the arrow encounter. Which, no super good tiles here, but this one can. Got a loyalty, got a popcat building, got infantry, no hero building, and no crisis. I could use more minerals right now because it would help with the production of other builds. So I'm going to expand out to this tile because that's plus 40% mineral production. And I'm going to put them. Just about all the units. I might want to give it a little bit just to wait until the Hammerhead gets. Go ahead and have the hiding in this out. There we go. And the city, I will build a mineral building on this good. Production of these unique buildings will increase loyalty. And it will increase it even further once we have diversity. That is what what's called, right? I literally just looked at it and I've already. And diversity unity. Yeah. Once we get that tech, we will get massive loyalty just from having these variety of builds. Looks like everybody's all healed up, so we're going to want to push outwards again. Piranha, I may want to just have explore the coastline. It's not really doing that much damage. Even though it's supposed to be anti-vehicle damage, it's really not doing. I will have the whole of the infantry force move out and casting a wide net here. I will have the last Vespid that is hiding in Hoior move out. We're not gonna try and fight that second Castellan until we get the Hammerhead online. We've got, yeah, a good mineral facility, adding to the loyalty. Gonna want Countertol Stasis or Vesa Crisis. Probably gonna want to do the Crisis Center building first, since it... Otherwise, it's kind of an iffy looking building. So I don't want it taking up a particularly valuable tile, so I'm going to put it on this. Go. I'm probably going to need to look into building more research buildings, just so I can get to in diversity unity faster. I'm going to want to do that in the second city. It doesn't cause big loyalty penalties. Oyor to have so many copied. Probably looking more to the north until we can deal with that one. And the Piranha we will tell to sail the high seas. See what's going on over there. I can see it. I can see an Adeptus Auroritas holy site. Which doesn't mean anything, because Adeptus Auroritas holy sites will still appear even if there aren't any Adeptus Auroritas civs. But I can see that there is a big cityscape. Which is not super great. When you're a ranged heavy faction, you don't like to see a lot of big forests and cityscapes. Away from the Castellan, we've got the Datasmith is up there by himself. That's good to see. Oh, there's a third Castellan. Oh no. Whoops. Yeah, we spawned in a little box right here. Oh boy, yeah, we're gonna hold back here and hold the line until we get that Hammerhead online. Oh boy, gonna want to pull back those Fire Warriors and... Eesh. Hold back there. Okay, what have we got around here? Looks like a lot of very solid coastline here. Not a lot of beaches that can be crossed. Going to want to spawn a gun drone here just so we can track the Castellan. The Castellan doesn't have much damage to the Vespid. Go. Probably should have procced the marker light before I did. Not the end of the world. Probably should have waited on Overwatch. In case something else popped up. Okay, that should give me the breathing room for the Fire Warrior and Vespid. Datasmith is healing the Felon again. That is a real rough situation. I'll have the Vespids pull back. I'm tempted to try and steal this Grok's pasture, but it is probably guarded by the second Castellan, so I won't. Okay, the Hammerhead is online. That gives us more of a possibility to actually deal some damage to these Castellans. Meanwhile, in the city of Hoior, there are several buildings that could be producing things, and they are not. The Ghost Keel Battlesuit is a really good unit. I'm going to hold off on making it just right now, though, because I don't want to hamstring my mineral production that badly. I need another population building, but right now I've got such an income in just about all regards that I think time for me to... Let's see. What would be a good spot to build? I need more food, but there really aren't any good areas. It might be smart for me to just build my second city out towards the direction so I can fight the felons more effectively. And there's definitely choke holds to be used here. Choke points, excuse me. Well, maybe choke hold. Who knows what my... Yeah, food is the resource I would like to see more of, because I'm surrounded by so much potential mineral and energy income. but there's just not any food. I haven't ordered the piranha yet. Space Marines, okay. Not a great one to run into, but not a terrible one either. I'll take them over Necrons. And the padlock I've been having with orcs, I'd take them over. Ooh, that's a lot of damage to take. Devastator Marine. So the Space Marines are down to the southwest. Hoyor has a... If it's going to have a 3-tile reach, Hoyor is going to out to this extent. If I wanted to put a city near it, I would need to keep that in mind, so it... Hoyor. This actually seems like a very secure place to put the city up here, and it would get very good minerals. Wouldn't have very good access to outposts. Boy, there's just no good food production. Crazy. If I put a city right here, actually, see, I could probably put a city here that would have access to both the Skull Altar, the Jacaro encampment, and the Grox pasture. That would have very nice income. As the Tau, you can use the influence income to substitute other income. Do some basic numbers here. Can I turn on the grid view? How hard is it to turn? I can probably just... 1, 2, 3. This is a little bit harder to see. Okay, I'm going to have to turn that into options. Whoa, I nearly hit surrender. Video. Show grid. I'm going to need that for just right now. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I still can't make it out on these dark tiles. That's rough. Well, if I put it... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can definitely reach the Grox pasture Skull Altar at the same time with any one of these sets of tiles. I can also... 3, 4. No, that tile. They might... The arrow encampment might be just far enough to cause problems. Hang on, I gotta do basic math here. My brain doesn't work it like that. So if I wanted to get the Jacaro encampment and the Skull Altar at the same time, I would have to put the city right here, which would then mean it couldn't reach the Grox pasture. So, plus 20%. The Grox pasture brings in plus 20% food. This wouldn't be a good food city, except for these couple right here. So I have to choose between either having really increased influence or slightly increased fooding. 20% influence. Plus 40% influence. Pretty good. Siren Caster is also part of it, because it would be taking up a tile. But this coastline would... Influence economy is so good for Tau in the late game. I think I'm probably going to go for taking both the tiles. A lot of these units. For the Piranha, which will, I guess, take a shot at the... No, I'm going to have the... There we go, I'm going to place a gun drum. I'll have it do some damage to the scouts, so I don't waste my time. And the gun drone will ideally distract the Devastators and the scouts. Who knows, though. Here in Oyor, we are working on a builder drone. We've also got the possibility to hold off until I am... I really wish it wasn't influence outposts here, and it was instead that is such good potential. Okay, the Piranha is going to end up taking some shots from those Devastators. Go ahead, before I forget, and move A. Oh, run back to base. These guys, I'm just going to help. Hammerhead will push on ahead. Railgun has a range of 3, so it can't damage. Next research, also Seeker Missile. I'm going to be building a lot of vehicles, I can tell by the sheer amount of volcanic tiles surrounding me. And Seeker Missile is really good if you have a lot of vehicles. Oh, they took my Siren Caster. You monsters. I'll never forgive you for that. Yeah, that could stay. I can do some damage to the Castellan from where it can. That won't stay for a while, but... And I can't get any of the Fire Warriors into position. Nonetheless, I can at least do. Who else can move in place? I probably want the Vespids to be taking your shots from the Castellan, because the Castellan will move. I don't want to put this Fire Warrior out there because of... One of you Fire Warriors I want to put Marker Light. You're probably going to do less damage because you have less. It's actually done. Okay. This guy's going to do... Okay. Marker Light on Datasmith, and now we can just... This guy can also get in there. Yeah, it's going to have to be the Vespid and this last Fire Warrior in concert. I didn't want it to have to be. I was hoping that the Vespids in front could be left on Overwatch so they can at least do some damage to the Castellan when it moves up. But nonetheless, I the... Oh, that's Jing. I thought that was like Jing. Alright. Damage to the Castellan with the Hammerhead. That is very good damage. While the Piranha still returns. I'm coming up soon on having built the Builder Drone in Oyor. Oh, he's moving to where he can try and find a more fragile unit. That makes sense. That Fire Warrior was already damaged, and the AI hates the unit. Oh, hello, Crute Hounds. I probably should have dealt with you sooner rather than later. For such a... See if we can't go ahead. Builder Drone up a little bit. Anna, we're going to try and move with. These Fire Warriors will want them moving around. We're probably going to end up just using it to activate. Let's see. Marker Light. That does consume your movement. That is unfortunate. The Hammerhead does have the twin-linked burst cannon, which I can't see how much they'll... I probably want to sit them in... probably want to keep the Hammerhead sat in the back, so it's bended and on top of that, so I can have more rows of units firing at the Talon. Have the Vespids move flank here, more space for them to get away. These Fire Warriors will probably go up and get in base. I have more of the Fire Warriors up there, up front. And these Fire Warriors haven't taken that much damage. I'll have them be the one by the mark. This may end up being a lot of damage. Hammerhead will have strike first because he's damaged. Wow, that's a 2 damage increase. And against the Castellan, that's nothing to sneak at. Very nice. The Vespids are probably going to have the least impressive Overwatch, so I'll do that first. Generally, you want to attack leaving anyone that does solid on Overwatch. You want them to attack last, just in case you don't need to attack. You don't want to waste their turn. And anyone that applies somewhat of a buff on their attack, like, say, gun drones. Gun drones increase the damage resistance of the units that they attack, while also reducing the moves. Simultaneously a buff and a debuff. But you generally want them to attack last so they don't reduce the damage of the other units attack on that. What I'm going to do right now, because none of these units have any attacks left against Ellen. And so I don't want the pulse carbines here. Oh, that's what prevents Overwatch. Okay, that's interesting. Huh. That's kind of an odd ability, because they're going to be using it while they're already in Overwatch of the unit itself. But let's go ahead and have it attack. Yeah, it didn't do that much damage, and now it did not take the pin down debuff. I must be reading things entirely wrong here. I could have swore maybe Castellans it's different because they're vehicles. I'm not sure. But I was pretty certain before the way it worked was that units that have been hit by the pulse carbines of gun drones have reduced movement speed, but they pick up range damage. Alright. What? Justin. I suppose we should probably build the hero building. We also need population. Loyalty hit, but I can live. Once I get the hero building up, there we go. Yep, prioritizing the gun drones over the variety of much deadlier units facing right in your face. Makes sense. Okay, we'll have the hammerhead go ahead and finish him off. Yep. Excellent. We are down to just one Castellan yet again. I thought we were down to one Castellan earlier, but I was misled. Get the Siren Caster back online, get our loyalty and our cities back up. Part of why we want to put a city right here is just doing strike and keep hold of the Siren Caster. Best bit I'll have push ahead only a little. You don't know what's out there. I do see some recap fleet. It's not well placed recap fleet. Still recap leaf, if you build a city on it, it increases the loyalty in that city. One of the best resources. Because such it is such a vital resource you don't want to keep out on. So yeah, I'm gonna want to move these guys up. After that, we will probably push on down to deal with the second Castellan, and we'll have so much more of the world opened up to us. So many more outposts. I probably don't want the Fire Warriors taking Vespid's what? Okay, that's where the Castellan is. Fire Warrior, I will have this Fire Warrior move up. I'll have this Hammerhead sit back here. The Railgun is not an ordnance weapon, so it does have Overwatch. That's good. These Fire Warriors, I'll have sit and heal. These Vespids, I'll have backwards, just in case I need their help. Fire Warriors will also move. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to have these Fire Warriors throw down a gun drone, and that will take the Overwatch of the Castellan. And I will have them come in and distract it for at least a little. That will allow the rest of my army to move forward without taking Overwatch. But where do I want this city precisely? Wherever I put the city's base is going to be where the Brockuron Foundry, very first Brockuron Foundries. Brockuron Foundries consume energy and output ore, research, and influence. I'm going to want to put it on a nice ore ton. Doesn't seem to be much of a difference. Hang on. Wait, did I do my math wrong? I might have done my math wrong. It might be possible for me to get both built. No, I didn't. I didn't. So I'm going to have to build up, which both look like they're pretty. With 3 building slots as well, so I can go ahead and put a building down as soon as I get the cities. Probably just be another Brockuron. Just to make sure the city gets off its feet. Relatively. If I put the city here, it will... Hang on, I must have done... Yeah, I'm going to have to put the city here. It'll have 1, 2, 3, the there. Again, won't be able to reach the Grox pasture. Annoying, but you can't always have perfect city. Not how the game works. How any of these. Does having the Siren Caster within your borders change anything? I've never had a Siren Caster within my cities. Other than that, yeah, this is actually a fairly solid selection of time. Huh. It's actually 30% food. Solid food tiles here. I wonder. Obviously that's... No, I'm going to go ahead and put the city... There we go. Now, I don't have the resources to put out a Brockuron. But I can go ahead and put mineral production building, which increase the loyalty in the city and also get me some minerals. Not as much as I would like. Right, and now let's... Because he shot on that turn, I don't have to worry about Overwatch. My units in. Have this guy sit in the back, as per unit. Have the Fire Warriors, let's... Vespid move. Vespid can. These Fire Warriors I'll have move in. Fire Warriors I'll have sit in the back. They will marker lighting. Fire Warriors are healed up as well. Everybody can just get a little bit... First things first, I want this Fire Warrior to apply the marker light. Go. I can't build a gun drone, so I'm not going to be able to... I'm going to... One of these units is going to take a lot of damage. There's a 4th Castellan robot! I spawned next to 5 Castellan robots! I'm taking it pretty well, but... Wow, this is a surprise. I've never spawned next to this many Castellans. They just all got spawned next to me. That's crazy. Huh. Let's go ahead and whittle the guy down little bit by little bit. The other Castellan is probably going to come in to attack, but I can do so much damage to this one Castellan in one turn now that I can probably take this Castellan out, this second Castellan out before the 5th Castellan can move in. Having a hard time naming these things. What the? My God! 7 Castellans! 7 Castellans! This must be something that can happen. I just haven't played the game enough. Gee. I've never seen this many Castellans. Holy... Ooh! Yikes. So much for the plan of taking down this guy easily. I want to get him down before we go, but yeah, I'm gonna have to lick my wounds again and come back for the remaining 2. Okay, there's gotta be some Gladius... If anyone does watch this video, God help you. But if anyone does watch this video, and anyone does watch this video who has already played Gladius themselves, I've probably put in 5 long-term campaigns of Gladius. No, I must have put in more than that. Probably 7 to 8. As well as probably a dozen little small campaigns in Gladius before I just wrapped it up. I have always, seen 1 Gladius supported by a data smith, maybe 2. And usually those would be the only ones I'd see on the whole map. I have never even seen three Castellan robots spawn together. Let alone, this would have been 6 Castellan robots that all spawned right here on this little passage right here along the east. And then an extra Castellan down here on this little peninsula snake-like land bridge. This is insane to me. I realize it is probably, ridiculous that I am so flabbergasted by this, but going off my limited experience, which granted this may be a, this may be a instance of, let's say, what was that meme? A person who has only ever watched Boss Baby going to see their second movie, getting a lot of Boss Baby fun. It may be something like that, but I have never to this. Okay, yes, I can bring down this Castellan. I wish I was getting this many Castellans when I was playing Mechanicus. Holy. There we go. Bring down that one. And then the rest of my army is just gonna have to run away. Ooh. Was not seeing this coming. Okay, Hoyor. Okay. We've got a population building, so we are now free to produce our next building that we want. I want a hero building for increased loyalty. I will put it up here. And just because loyalty buildings are also... Hero buildings are just good. Heroes are generally good units. Fireblade, once I can get it up to a substantial size... Oh boy! Gonna be beefing for territory with the Space Marines today, huh? Apparently so. Let's pull back. For now, let's concede this territory to Castellans. If I would have seen the amount of Castellans there were way back in the early game, I would have just reloaded this. I would have re-rolled my start position. I would have said, you know what? I'm gonna just start the campaign over. I don't like this. This is a bad omen. Nonetheless, I'm taking it with plumb. A plumb. Your missile has a range of 4. No valid targets though, because I can't really see the Helen over there. I don't think. Oh, it can't. It has a range of 4, but it does not require a line of sight against targets required by marker light. That's how it works. So this guy I'm just gonna have sit here. And the Piranha is once again in a position where it can scout along the coastline. It's out to do that, and hopefully it won't run into Devastator more. Here in Hobior, we can go ahead and get to work on a pro building. And I think this is a pretty nice place to stop here. We've got our second city started up. We've killed now, what is it, 3 Castellan robots? Could be 3 Castellan robots. Unusual for me in the mid-game, and mid-game is turn. I think I'm way behind the curve here. Nonetheless, for me at this point, with just the Tau, this is pretty good progress. I don't want to burn myself out on this game, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will definitely see you again at some point to play this. Ideally, barring the interference of gods and men, I am really enjoying this playthrough. So I will see y'all later.